Math isn't inherently all that terrifying, so here's the question. Why does it make some people's brain hit the panic button? Math isn't a scary monster, it has no teeth, it can't chase you or hurt you, so why does it sometimes feel like it can? This is what we call math anxiety. If you've ever thought, I'm just not a math person, and perhaps you've experienced some math anxiety, when does that feeling come up the most? Does it come up during exams when your work is timed and graded? Or in the classroom or workplace, especially if you're presenting or someone might be watching? Or just whenever you have to manipulate numbers? Those are three common flavors of math anxiety: test anxiety, classroom anxiety, and numerical anxiety. Let's talk about what math anxiety steals from you in the moment. Working memory is the limited mental capacity you use to hold and manipulate information in real time. Math relies heavily on your working memory, but anxiety fills it with noise, like what if I fail? Or what if I'm too slow? Or what if someone looks through my calculator history and judges me? This is what we call threat monitoring. Your mind stops focusing on the problem and starts checking for signs of danger, stealing your attention and inhibiting your ability to think clearly. Math anxiety can show up physically as well. Your heart rate goes up, your hands are sweaty, essentially the same fight or flight response you would get from any other major stressor. And when all of this happens, fluency is the first thing to go. Fluency is your ability to do procedures smoothly and efficiently without burning all of your mental energy. Accuracy is affected as well. Accuracy is just your ability to get the right answer, whether immediately or eventually. Math anxiety isn't just a momentary performance issue. It can reshape your habits over years because it creates a loop. Anxiety can lead to avoidance, which causes you to practice less, leading to lower fluency and worse performance, causing more anxiety. This is where learned helplessness can enter the picture. Learned helplessness is fueled by something called attribution style. If you fail and your brain says, I failed because I'm dumb, that's an identity attribution. It attacks your self-concept, it creates shame, and it pushes avoidance. If you fail and your brain says, I failed because my strategy wasn't right, that's a process attribution. It points towards adjustment and practice. That explanation in your head can change what you do next. You might avoid the problem and give up, or you might change your strategy and try again. And we should also talk about how negative beliefs about math spread socially. Students develop their beliefs about ability, effort, and failure by watching adults. That's called social modeling. A parent or teacher might say, I'm just bad at math, and that might be internalized as math ability is a trait. Some people have it, and some people don't. Math anxiety can be based on negative beliefs, bad experiences, a perceived lack of skills, and social influence, or sometimes all at once. So what actually helps? I like to think of the process of alleviating math anxiety as though you're following a recipe. One ingredient won't make a meal. The outcome depends on combining the right ingredients and the right amounts. The first ingredient is building foundations with deliberate practice. If anxiety steals your working memory, then reduce how much working memory the task requires by making the basics feel automatic. The second ingredient is error normalization. Viewing failure as an opportunity for improvement will make you more resilient and more likely to try again. The third ingredient, studying the fear problems. Math anxiety often pushes people to study by doing only the easy problems. That may temporarily reduce anxiety, but it guarantees the anxiety will spike next time you see that math on a test. The fourth ingredient is gradual exposure. The most reliable way to reduce fear is repeated, low-stakes contact with the thing that triggers that fear. So instead of only facing those fear problems under pressure, practice them on purpose in a calm setting first, then slowly add difficulty or time pressure as they start to feel more normal. The fifth ingredient is reappraisal. For example, when your heart is racing during a test, that doesn't mean you're doomed or that your body is failing. It just means you're stressed. Reappraisal doesn't claim the task is easy or that your feelings are invalid. It changes what the heightened physiological state means to you, which stops it from snowballing into panic. Next, relaxation techniques. Techniques such as deep breathing, counting to 10, or relaxing your muscles can lower your stress response enough to restore attention control. And finally, language swaps. This is something I've touched on throughout the video, but for example, instead of saying, "I'm terrible at math," you might say, "I need some practice." Or instead of saying, "I should know this already," you should say, "I don't know this yet, but I can learn." What I'm ultimately getting at here is something called the growth mindset. It means treating ability as something you build through strategies and repetition, not something you either have or you don't. I would love to hear what you think about math anxiety in the comments. If you've experienced it yourself, let us know what your personal experience has been or what has helped you best. Also, please feel free to subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.